So this trail starts with the steps. I parked at a different spot than I did the last time I was out here. I started right on the Florida Trail, and this is not part of the Florida Trail, but we will meet up with it in a little bit. But I just think this section is really pretty, and this is just where I wanted to start today. Look over. That looks like it's just sand, but it's actually water down there, and it's just so clear. But it's really beautiful. Oh, there's a blowdown right there. Oh, and they closed the trail. So they must have had some trees down over here from the hurricane. Yep. You see some of the cut off wood. It broke one of the rails. But all this is down from the hurricanes. So hopefully we won't see too much of that. I think I've actually been out here since then, but I don't remember seeing much damage out here. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see what the trail has to offer today. Come on. There is a little bit of elevation here. Not anything compared to mountains, but I've got my heart rate up a little bit, which is always good. And I thought it was going to be a little cooler out here today, but it's in the 80s. It is beautiful. We're in the middle of the afternoon, so I don't anticipate seeing any wildlife out here. But I have seen a few deer out here when I've been out here in the past. Looks like they did a little bit more trail maintenance. I'll do my part right now. Get rid of that. There we go. It has been 2 months since I summited Katahdin, and since that time I don't feel like I've gotten much accomplished. I feel like I've been busy, but I don't have any one direction that I'm pursuing, and so I think I'm still in pursuit of trying to find my new normal. I did do a couple things that I felt were moving me in the right direction, but I do miss the trail, and I miss having something to do all day, every day. So I feel idle a lot, and I don't like that. But I am getting myself certified to officiate this spring, and I am going to be doing some volleyball camps with Gold Medal Square hopefully this summer. I did one this past weekend and had a great time in North Carolina. I think it was North Carolina Coastal Juniors. So shout out to them. It was awesome. I had a great time. The players were really, really great to work with, and the coaching staff is phenomenal. So I had a great time doing that. And then prior to that, I was in North Carolina, and I spent a little bit of time with Solo, Season 1, and our trail angel, Shelly. And that was just really a special time for me. So I missed seeing them and having that same like-mindedness. They did get me out and run. And so now I'm thinking about signing up for a 5K. And I would like to do a little bit of trail running out in Jennings Forest. But, you know, they say that a lot of people deal with post-trail depression, and I don't think I have that. And I don't think it's even anything remotely close to that. I just think that I got to figure out what I'm doing with my life and how I want that to go. I'm a little bit, I'm limited on where I can go and what I can do and for how long I can do it, because I do have a cat. I have 2 cats at home, and one of them is a diabetic, and so he needs medicine every day. And after having my daughter take care of that, most of my trip when I was on the Appalachian Trail, and how challenging that was and how much work that was for her, I don't have the heart to ask her or somebody else to do that anytime in the near future. So I think that my trips are going to be a little bit limited for right now, but I do plan on being outside as much as I can. I do want to do some camping trips, but they might be like a one night overnighter. Yeah, and so I'll just have to be creative with how I do that and get outside and enjoy the fresh air, keep myself moving. I reactivated my gym membership, so outside of last week, where I was out of town the whole week, I feel like I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go over this bridge right here. I feel like I was being pretty disciplined with that. My daughter got married last weekend, and I got to walk her down the aisle. I got to perform the ceremony and do the father-daughter dance with her. So those were all special moments. And we had two of my brothers and their family, their wives, and then my aunt, and show up for the wedding. So that was cool. Just catching up with things. Volleyball season for the high school is over, so not going to those games anymore. And now I think I'm going to focus on getting some yard work done around my house and getting my yard ready for the winter, which is not really anything much around here, but if I can get it done in the cooler months, when spring and summer come, it'll be in good shape and ready to go. So I have a big to-do list, and so that's what's going to keep me busy and hopefully keep me occupied, so I don't start pouting because I'm not on the trail or in the woods as much as I'd like to be. Let's see what's out in front of us here. I made it down to the lake, and I'm going to continue on the Florida Trail. You can see the orange blazes right there coming up, and take that down and around. There's a couple people fishing over there. I think there's one right there, but it's a little sandy right here, but I think it gets a little bit more solid. But I have my gaiters on, so that should help. There are gators in this water, I'm sure, but I have never seen one in the water or around the water. So maybe today will be the first day, who knows? We're getting some pine needles here to help break up some of the sand. Seeing some deer tracks out here. And it is a beautiful, beautiful day with an amazing breeze. I know what else that I might be doing that is going to be exciting. They have the manatee education training opportunity in Ocala National Forest, and I'm really considering going down there for the training and then trying to volunteer 1 or 2 times a week to go down there and help educate people on the manatees that are coming in during the winter and being a part of that program. So I still have to make my mind up, but I think it's about an hour and a half from my house. So it would definitely be a commitment, but if I could do it once, maybe twice a week, I think that would be great for the winter time. So I'm excited about looking into that, and I think that would be a really cool experience and a way to help educate some of the people that come around and try to see the manatees in the springs. So I'll keep you up to date on that one. I did not realize for years, like 20 plus years, that this lake even existed out in Gold Head. I always thought it was only the lake over there, and think I've walked this space. Look at the size of that bird. Walked this trail this far. This is my third time. So it's pretty beautiful. Here are some of the cabins that are on this, or in this state park. I think they redid these. We stayed in there with a couple of my teams when we did a bonding trip several years ago, and it was awesome. I'd love to see how they've refurbished them and reconditioned them. Here's one of the bigger cabins. There's two of them. We used both of these one year, and it was awesome. They're usually pretty booked. Every time I've come out here, this has been this way, and I don't think we've had rain for a while, but we still got quite a bit of overflow here. Probably not going to make it through without getting my feet wet, but you know what? That's okay. I should have went over here. Let's see. I'll try to minimize it as much as I can. Boy, does this bring back memories. Whoa. Okay, well, I kind of made it. Just a little bit of wet. I'm gonna head back to a backcountry spot and check that out. I've only been out there once. See what that looks like. Here's another section that is really wet, that I don't think is always like this, but it has been the last couple times I've been out here. Just walked back to the primitive campsite, and they've got a couple picnic tables back here. They've got a little pavilion, and looks like they could fit quite a few different sections down here. There's two sections with fire pits, and then the pavilion. So, kind of impressed. Now I'm gonna head back the way I came, and I have a meeting to get to, so I gotta start picking up the pace. We are finishing the last leg of my hike today, and right now we're at about 5.3 miles, so I'm guessing we'll be just over 5.5 maybe when we finish. And then I have a meeting I've got to dart to that I forgot all about, that I think is pretty awesome. It's about the bike paths, the hiking paths, and the waterways here in Clay County, Florida. And I haven't been to one of their meetings since I left for the trail, so I'm looking forward to getting back to hearing what has been happening since I left. This is the closest thing to mountains that I will see in the near future. But I really hope I get out to the Smokies sometime before the new year. But we'll see. Just finished 5.47, and now it's time to get to that meeting. Felt good to be out here.